Military Liaison Officer Miller, please. This is Dr. Lambert.
What the actual fuck?
You didn't know either.
Not a clue.
At first I thought maybe they just replaced me.
No way.
Gina is Miller's aide-de-camp.
Never. I wouldn't accept. After all that you've done? After the contributions you've made? The order came from way above Gina's head, over Miller's. Gina's gonna try to figure out more information. I told her to give you a call if she finds out anything.
Thanks. 20 years.
Yeah.
At least you got a wife and kid out of it.
Speaking of my wife, the DOD cards still work, and I need my chair. Can't live without the heated lumbar support.
Joint property state.
Do you want anything, Zoe? Stapler? Printer?
My pride? How is this my fault?
How is it not?
You're pissed you have to get a job.
I'm pissed you didn't talk to me.
I was locked out of the lab this morning, Andy!
Because you gave them everything they wanted.
We've talked about this.
After the fact.
Andy, I'm sorry about the non-compete. It's only 2 years and then
2 years? I'll lose all my momentum. I'll never get a gallery show if I have to start over.
You've had 20 years, Andy! If you can't get a show in 20 fucking years!
I told you not to trust the Department of Defense. You gave them our baby.
Stem cells are not a baby. Andy, with baby gone, I thought that they might do some good, not be wasted. If the
Wasted? They're being wasted.
If we can't have a family, at
Oh,
least...
there it is.
Andy.
I'm sorry my cancer fucked with your plans. No balls, no babies. The least you could do is let me hate. Don't tell me where you're going.
To the river!
I won't join you.
Hey Zoe, it's Gina McKenzie. Elena asked if I could call around, maybe shed a little light on the lab closure. Miller shut me down, so I reached out to my buddy at the CDC, and he was pretty cryptic. Scorched earth, denial of operations, best to just stay away and let the DOD fight it out.
Mom, come on! The dean is here!
Be right there, honey! Zoe, can you let Elena know to avoid the lab? I don't want any trouble for her, and Tara and I are touring the UW this weekend. And hey, I'm sorry about the shutdown.
You have 3 unheard messages. First message, yesterday at 10:14 a.m.
You're still driving? Okay, just stay the weekend. I need some time, Zoe. You dropped a real bomb and I need to wrap my head.
We just received more information. 46 hours after the blast, what was originally assumed to be adverse reactions to airborne asbestos, the CDC has now reported is viral. Governor Ingalls has issued a shelter-in-place order. At this time, do not leave your homes. As of 6 a.m. this morning, all of incorporated Kittling County is under quarantine, and the National Guard has been deployed. No word yet when or if FEMA is expected. The cause of the explosion at Northwest LabCorp still remains unknown.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again. You have 7 unheard messages. First message, Friday at 10:14 a.m.
You're still driving? Okay, just stay the weekend. I need some time, Zoe. You dropped a real bomb, and I need to wrap my head around all this. I know it's not your fault, but you could have handled it better.
Next message, Friday at 10:21 a.m.
Hey girl, you can't have card work like a charm. I mean, listen, not sure if this makes it better or worse, Zoe, but that culture you said at Peppermint is already at 65% inflation and still growing. So, correct? Apologies. Anyway, let's all get together.
Next message, Friday at 3:45 p.m.
Zoe. Derek. Please call me. The lab. Did you go back, Zoe? Your badge is... So, Elena's gone.
Next message, yesterday at 8:10 a.m.
Oh, this is stupid, Zoe. You're being ridiculous. Elena's dead. The lab is gone. Jesus, come home, Zoe. I'll look for a job Monday.
Next message, yesterday at 9:54 a.m.
MLO Miller was just here. DOD thought you were dead. You need to get your head out of your ass and call them. And why the hell was he wearing a gas mask? Overkill much?
Next message, yesterday at 10:28 p.m.
I've been trying to get through all day. Reception's spotty at the river, but net's down and I can't get local TV or cable. I heard a rumor they're closing 16. If you get this, just come home, Zoe.
Last message, today at 7:12 a.m.
There's no getting in or out of Port Laurel, Zoe. 16 is still open, but all the off-ramps are blocked. Did you make it to the cabin? Or am I talking to myself? Someone's on the porch. Oh my God, it's Mr. O'Leary. He's...
You've reached Andy Lambert. I'd better be painting. Leave a message.
You have one unheard
By the time we got back home, Port Laurel was already under quarantine. I had a few buddies working the barricade, but even then, we never made it home. We lived out of the car for 2 weeks. Then the hot zone grew. It's almost all of Kitling County now.
Why didn't you reach out to Jackson Miller? You were his aide.
He finally reached out to me. It took him long enough. Too long. He told me about Elena. You know?
I tried to call her, Gina. It was too late.
You worked together for so long, but I know you were never really friends.
Elena was a great scientist, Gina, but she was a better person.
Thank you, Zoe.
And she loved you and Tara more than anything.
Thank you.
Gina? How did you find me?
Miller. He said he talked to you. You mentioned a cabin by the Elwha River. My parents had a cabin here a long time ago. I know the community. Well water, solar, septic. We took a chance. He told me about Andy. I'm so sorry, Zoe.
The world doesn't need another artist.
When we finally ran out of gas, I just thought we could walk to a station outside Kitling. The car was stripped by the time we got back to it. Miller told me that none of the team survived. Only Elena was at the actual lab. But the virus, the original wave of infection, it took everyone.
Except me.
Except you.
Do you know why the quarantine zone increased? Did the explosion spread the virus further than they thought?
No, they got that part right. When Tara and I didn't have the car anymore, we were already in the area. We went from house to house. I knew that most of these were vacation rentals. We met a team, what was left of a CDC team, holed up in a place right on the river. They were tracking the horde.
The horde?
Almost all of Port Laurel was infected after the blast. About 40% got sick and just stayed sick. But they wouldn't let them out of the town for treatment.
They didn't change? Get way worse?
That was the other 60%. The horde.
That's why they locked down the county. The horde is spreading the virus?
They're hunting 10,000 of them.
They eat their dead.
And the sick, the 40%.
And everyone else.
Everything they can. They don't really see or process concepts. It's like they're rabid or mad. No one's there, really.
It's just an autonomic process. They're dead.
They still eat. They flock or swarm or whatever you want to call it. They come together and break apart over and over again. They're all connected, drawn together.
They follow the game trails. The horde. I've seen them.
Yeah, we've seen that too. If only we had like an antidote or a vaccine, an antiviral, then maybe...
Then we could inject one of them, kill it, then leave it there.
To be cleaned up, eaten by the horde. Yeah. But just one dose? It would dilute as it passed between them. It wouldn't take them all out.
What happened to the CDC team?
Most of them were attacked. They were either eaten or turned. And one day, the last of them didn't come back. And there's no antiviral. You never found one?
Not all of Port Laurel was infected. About 1% of the population, maybe a little less. They wouldn't get sick at all.
What am I looking at?
The virus. Specifically, the virus in RB negative blood. My blood.
They had slides, the CDC. This looks different.
It is. In RB neg blood, the virus mutates. It multiplies faster, much faster, neutralizing itself as it replicates. The more virus it finds, the more antivirus it makes.
The virus converted, the body dies, and is eaten. And the antivirus passes to the next horde.
And repeats the process.
Can't we just
draw my blood and feed it to them? No. Unfortunately, it dies outside the body.
So we just have to keep them contained. Wait for them to die.
No. Bifurcation.
What?
Patterns in nature, in viruses, they follow predictable compounding patterns until one day they don't. They mutate. The patterns will branch and then chaos.
Do you mind if I play? I think Tara would like it. Reminder of before.
You were touring colleges.
She would have been a freshman this fall. But now, it's like she's a little girl again. I'm not sure how to help her.
Just give it time.
Can't believe it's been a month.
32 days.
Were you ever at the lab?
Miller called me in. Elena, too.
But you left.
Good night, Gina.
Zoe? Your car?
Full tank, but it won't turn over.
I'll take a look at it tomorrow.
thing.